Scrolling, Mike. Mike, we're live. We're back. It's going to take a bit for it to show up. We got like a 10-second delay going on here, but it's been a while since I've been on here. You know what? It's been a while since I had you on.
Yeah.
What have you been up to? What have you been up to?
Oh, just doing the usual riding and making videos. Trying to.
Usual. Come on, dude.
Trying to show everybody what the trails are like out there to get out if they haven't yet or haven't started riding. Definitely a great sport to get into.
It definitely is. This is my first podcast with actual better internet. So anybody watching, please pop in, tell me how it looks. I'm super excited. I've had everything like on low quality and I've got everything kind of turned up this time. So yeah, we have Mike with the Beat Trail on again. Love him. He's awesome, dude. He's been doing some cool stuff. So if you're watching now or later, whatever, please just share this right now. Actually, I'm going to share this right now to a lot of the groups that I have. Mike, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Wow. Well, we've been doing a lot of riding down in Tennessee, and we just finished up a little bit of a West Virginia trip and Moab. And so we've been trying to get to new places. It's always a budget and time. You have all the time in the world, but it takes time to travel around the country. And so we all still work for a living. Try to put videos out and try to, I still do all my editing. I have the team that helps film. Sometimes it's remote video that gets sent up to the cloud, and then we're able to edit it. But I don't do too much live, only because even with Starlink, it's not a great feed all the time. So
yeah, exactly.
A lot of it is, we do some live. I do some Facebook Live, YouTube Live. I'm not great at. We leave the podcast to the experts like you. And we've been trying. We've just been trying to mix it up. A little bit of product, a little bit of trail, a little bit of behind the scenes.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what, I've been following you for a very long time. We've actually been buddies for a couple of years now. Yeah. We kind of connected through the social media network. We've never actually got to meet in person yet, but hopefully that changes. So, but I don't know that I'm an expert on the lives or anything like that, but I definitely do it for fun. So, I'm here in Central Missouri, and you are in.
I'm in New Jersey, but sometimes it's usually Pennsylvania where I'm riding, but I reside in New Jersey.
And, but you travel all over the country riding, though. That's what I love.
I really would like to do more in the West. That's the hard part, is just the logistics of getting out there and either bringing your ride or renting a ride.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a long ways.
Yeah.
Very expensive if you're hauling your buggies and doing all that also. Like you say, you've told me in the past, you try to find places to rent stuff when you're there, and sometimes that's way cheaper. So
yeah, no, definitely. I've done all different brands, but just recently finding out more about the BRP experience through Canam, where you can go out to, there's a couple hundred places all over the world where you can go and rent reliable, safe machines with tour guides. And so we took part of some of that a little while ago, and I'm hoping to be able to get out and do more of those where I can't transport the whole team or a couple of us. We can fly out, drive out, and then rent and do the experience.
Well, Mike, you have a huge following. I'm impressed. I tell you what, I'm surprised you don't have like 2 or 3 tractor trailers that just go everywhere with you.
No.
How long are your buggy?
It pays for gas and your permits. It's not until you're over $1 million views and followers. It's still a hobby, and I love it.
It is.
It's a lot of fun. We all have our days, but it's always cool when someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, I started riding because we saw your videos, and they're helpful and informative, and that makes it all worth it." But we have 2 different Facebook pages, probably totaling 200,000 viewers, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, and then we just hit 68,000 on YouTube. So and we're small. We're still small peanuts. It's just YouTube. We have a good amount of followers, but we're not monetized on TikTok or Instagram. We just post regularly, and so it's we're not selling a product. It's more of just people like the videos and the pictures.
Yeah, and like you say, it's a hobby, and that's what it's been for me from the very beginning. I've made some money on the Facebook side of it, but as far as Instagram, no, nothing. I just started the YouTube. I had it. I just started posting because it saves the videos here. So we're live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've only got a couple thousand followers on there, but it saves.
Yeah. Well, consistency is really good. You keep posting and you keep getting out there, and more people find you. And
and I hope to be doing that more now that I have actual better internet than I had before. I'm actually mobile with this Starlink system that I have. I know it's not like fiber or anything, but it's better than what I had before. You should
try the limits of a mobile Trail Addiction official on Starlink and see how many people you can have on there. I mean, I know we use it out there, but we have a mini. We certainly don't push it to its limits. No.
Yeah, I have the unlimited standard Gen 4X kit, and I know it has a big reach, but no, I can't wait to play with it and have fun. But all right, Mike, why are we here? You had a big adventure out at Moab.
Oh yeah,
with Canam. That is like a once in a lifetime experience, and you have a couple of other buddies and that are on here also. I think we need to bring them up and let's just all kind of get into it and talk about why we're here.
Sure.
And talk about your adventure. Okay.
Awesome.
Adrian, Rich, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah. So
Mike, part of the team that helps the Beaten Trail be what it is.
This is part of the team right here. All right, you guys went out to Moab. How did this start, Mike? Tell us a little bit about how this all came about and why you were out there and what you did.
Yeah, I got an email one day and I thought it was a scam. We all get so much scams of money and prizes, and you won this toaster and whatever, crypto, and you name it. And so I got this email from Canam and the BRP experience, and I kind of pushed it off, and then they sent me another email, and I said, oh, okay, well, how much? And they said, no, we want to have you out. We want to fly you out based on, we found you on YouTube, and we like what you make and the videos you produce, and we'd like to have you out with some influencers to ride in the desert, some, products, new products or fairly new products, and, we'd love to have you. And so when we finally got that detail, Rich is out in Colorado, and so he was the one that came along, and they flew us out. First I said, well, we're giving all this information and filming it, and we did our due diligence, and I said, Rich, we're either going to wind up out in Moab, or we're going to wind up in our tidy whities and our luggage and a kidney missing out in the desert, or it's going to be a real ride. And thankfully, it was all legit and real, and it just was a great experience to be out there. They chased us around the desert with drones and pro cameras, and Dustin Jones and his film crew were out there, and it was just an amazing experience of seeing several different models in the Can-Am lineup.
Yeah, that is awesome. I tell you what, I've watched all 3 of your YouTube series on that, folks. All of these YouTube, the series of that Mike has on the Beaten Trail, will be posted in comments. So when you see those in comments, please watch those, like them, comment on them, and share them, please, because they are awesome. They are definitely videos that are probably places that I'll never see, and I like to see him in the videos. That's why I like Mike and what he does anyway. It's just I don't know that I'll ever be able to travel that much and do that. You never know. I'd like to. I have a huge number of friends that have been out there, but your experience, Mike, especially with Canam Offroad out there, that just seems to be. Have you been there before? Have you been there?
I had been there 2 years earlier. Actually, Rich had joined me out there 2 years ago, and we went with another outfit, and they were in Kawasaki. So it's same similar trails, similar experience. Safety oriented, go out, follow the leader type of thing, and just amazing. There's nowhere in Moab. You get out of town and you look, and there's nowhere that is not a beautiful an amazing, awe-inspiring view. I mean, it's just the colors of the rocks, and there's always and you don't have to ride out there. I mentioned it in the video. You can go see arches. You can go hiking in canyon lands. You can go all different places. You can go down the river. You can go hiking, rock climbing, off-roading, camping, overlanding, everything. And it's just a great place to go. And, the average person can, for, I don't know, $500-600 rent a Can-Am with the VRP High Point Hummer was the outfitter that had it out there, but it's so easily accessible. They're updating the airport in Moab, so you don't have to go from Grand Junction or Denver to Grand Junction and take a drive. It's going to be all closer to people, so it's you really should get out there. And if you haven't been there, all the links are in there, and we don't get any commission from it, but there's plenty of outfits out there that do it. But if you're interested in what you saw in the video, the BRP team is really good at High Point Hummer.
Okay, well, speaking of that video, you kind of put a short video together with a bunch of small clips of your 3-part series that is posted on YouTube. Like I said, that 3-part series will be posted in the comments here, so anybody can watch it. If anybody is on here right now watching, please share this link so we can get this out there so everybody can see his experience, because it looked cool. I wish I was there, but I'm gonna play your video that you sent me first. Okay,
and I'll get the links to put in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Good ride. So some of this, just to narrate a little bit, is Tennessee and West Virginia, and we try to get the video looking okay, but it's hard to stream high quality video over these things. AOAA, where we are today, for sponsoring. We'll talk about a press unit a little bit later, but this is a unit that Can-Am sent me for testing, which is really exciting and amazing.
It's really smooth, and I'm looking forward to
be able to be invited out there and work through the whole experience.
Second to that is to have fun, take it easy, and have a good experience.
perfect day.
Huge shout out to Can-Am.
Yeah, I do have to say, and I'm multitasking here, getting some of these links out there for at least 2 or 3 of these videos that in the series, but they had us in Defenders, they had us in Maverick X3s. Here's that's video,
especially to me,
and the Maverick R. Dustin Jones is Can-Am racer.
People to experience this.
That's who that is right there. Okay, cool.
Which is amazing. I was strapped in, and this is the stock Can-Am X3 Maverick RS Turbo RR, and I was flabbergasted that he took me for a ride. He didn't take anyone else for a ride, but with all the other influences, but it was actually really amazing. Great guy and very talented, as you can see.
Crazy.
I can't hold my can't keep my excitement in, and obviously you can't go anywhere with a little bit of a spin out.
Well, you're holding the phone and
Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to film multiple things. We had a camera behind us on the roll bar, and I had a 360 on a stick. You can see Rich there holding the 360 on a stick out there. So I was like, don't miss the shot. You know, some of this stuff is filmed by Dustin's S3 Power Sports and their productions. They're chasing us with pro drones. This is Hurrah Valley, Hurrah Pass in Moab, heading over to Wind Rocks. And Rich and I in the elements, having fun. But and the Maverick R just zipping across the desert, just an amazing. And the machines make it so easy that it's easily attainable for anybody. You don't, you know, when you go out here and do this, these machines make it easy. And then the people that take you out here, this is Hell's Revenge, which is amazing.
That spot on that rock, I might have an issue with myself. But no. Awesome video. I had kind of made a little bit of a reel out of all the little clips you sent me, and I tried to post that about noon, and it says pending still. I have no idea why.
That's okay. Well, I wanted to say thank you to Rich. I know he's here, and he's the one who, when I'm driving at high speed, he's got like a camera in his hand, on a camera on a stick, and he's had slower riding experience, but this is probably the first time, Rich, you'd had more high speed to see why it's an addiction when you get in these units.
Different experience for you, right, Rich?
I was holding on for everything I could. It's pretty amazing. And, you know, Dustin was pretty amazing also, to see what these guys can do with, you know, just a stock piece of professional equipment, but it's pro equipment at the end of the day. But yeah, you go, you know, flat out on the straights, and you get the bumps and the whoops, and then you're climbing rocks, and yeah, you got to learn to loosen up your grip a little bit. But it's great experience, great fun. Can-Am did it great, and we got to ride in the rain in the desert, which not everybody can say they've done, but that's kind of a unique experience to be in the desert when it rains, and then of course the next day it was clear and beautiful, so we got to see everything on that particular trip.
All right, great. Adrian,
you
were there. You was there.
I didn't go to that one.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't go to that one.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself then.
Well, I've been riding with Mike now for 3 years now, something like that. And we met in PA. I had just moved up there, actually. My wife talked me into going up there, and I had a buggy, and he had a channel, and we just started riding all the time. I think the first time we hung out, we rode like 3-4 days in 1 week, all kinds of different places. Yeah. And we just been kind of doing it ever since.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you all watched the first show I had with Mike on before, but we talked a little bit about, I mean, how we kind of both started doing this, and actually what Mike is doing now with this, that I love watching the videos. That's what I started doing. And then I kind of got into a little different direction, and it was more of a more extreme type events and stuff like that is more of what I video now. And right now with my day job, I'm having hard time doing that, but I'm back. I plan on doing a lot more of these shows. So anyway, guys, y'all are awesome. Mike, what do you have planned next? I mean, I know you go all over the place.
Sure.
And you constantly have things planned. I mean, it's like daily I see like 4 or 5 posts. How do you do that?
Well, you know, I really need to hire a teenager to do all the social media stuff. It does take quite a lot out, and my thumbs are all crazy. But joking aside, I try to tell new stories and new places and new trail systems and new products. So, like, you know, in Pennsylvania, we ride some of the, you know, I have AOAA who sponsors us up here. I have Ride Royal Blue that sponsors me down in Tennessee. And those trails are great, but I try to get out and tell new stories. So this weekend we're doing a town ride-in out in Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, adjacent to SSRT, which is a rails to trail system. They also sponsor us, and great. So they're doing a town, like a town fair, and it's a ride-in. So we're gonna hit that this weekend, and then they have some other charity events that are going to go on. But the next time, Adrian's coming up to New York State. We're going to go to Trailside Ranch, who also sponsors us. They are in Lewis County. Great awesome people. They have cabins up in Brantingham, New York, and they have hundreds of miles of trails and roadways that are legal. You get like a 3-day permit for bike, ATV, or you just have to be insured and registered in your state for it to be legal. But it's like $21 for 3 days, and I think maybe it's 30 something for a year. But it's great. You go to different restaurants. There's a lot of sites up there. It's where they used to do the Snert Run, which is kind of snow dirt. They don't do it anymore, but Tug Hill still does some of those. And then I'm planning to go to Maine. I'm going to go to Maine in August with some friends who invited me up there, and that's more of long haul, not a couple hundred, but maybe 100 something miles a day through Maine. And beyond that, I'm summer's hard because you got to do stuff with family. You go on the lake and you go to the beach, and then you have to make videos and you still have to tell a story and ride. So I know first world problems, right? It's tough. So
sounds terrible.
But we try to tell new stories, new products, and still give people some excitement. We're not the type to go out and break our stuff every weekend. I get a lot of people that come up to me and they said, "Oh, I started a channel because of you, or I started posting videos because of you, or I started riding because of you." And so that makes it good for all the bad times where you have a breakdown or you're because you're behind your deadline of posting videos. It's a constant treadmill, which can be a little bit taxing at times, but it's fun.
Exactly. You know what? When I first started, I had noticed I was looking at my my insights, like showing where my main followers were, and my biggest following there in the beginning was like New York City, and it baffled me. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't get it. And then I sit there and it kind of hit me. There's probably a bunch of people sitting there at cubicles at work and not working. They're on their phones watching videos of stuff that they would like to be, where they would like to be.
Sure.
And it's not there, So that's the only explanation I had for that. I thought that was crazy, but I have never been to the Upper East Coast before. I've been to Florida area or whatever. I have never been to New York, New Jersey area. At some point, I would like to get up there.
Yeah, and I mean, New York and New Jersey are not destinations for off-roading. There are some in New York. We do the Lake George, and we do, Lewis County. New Jersey, I wouldn't put in there. But, we work with a great website called Rider Planet, Rider-Planet, and they have a map, and you can click right on the map per state, and then list, and it goes. You can go like Florida. You got Hogwaller. You got all the state parks, and it gives you size limits, regulations when they're open, and you can do that for any state. So I think if you're going to do that, plan accordingly. And there's a whole bunch of people that do this. They have new apps coming out that you can search by state. But the Northeast is totally different than down south, or out west.
I'm sure it is.
Glamis and Moab, they're just otherworldly, and they're beautiful. Wide open, but you have to be prepared for it. It's very different than the rocks of the rocky Northeast.
I told you before, if you ever get to Central Missouri area, I will take care of you guys. Get out here.
I definitely have to get out there. I'm hoping to do more in the later.
Some good riding out there.
Yeah, we've got some amazing parks right here. So
nice,
especially within 45 minutes of where I live. So
one of the trying to get. I've been trying to get Mike to come down to Florida, spend a little bit more time down here, because he came down here the one time and it was right after a hurricane. It was like the week after a hurricane. And you can't go anywhere out here. Like, it's already small plan, but like the week after a hurricane, and our buggies, they're more set up for the mountains, not the swamps down here, because we like to do that stuff up north, So like we had a time getting around, but I'd like for him to come back down now that there's less water everywhere. Because Florida are pretty, it's pretty out here, and it's pretty, it gets a little whooped out in some sections, but it's still there's a lot of good places down here, like you said, like There's the Hog Wall. There's a great one. Redneck Mud Park down south. That one's awesome. Like there's lots of cool parks out here that have some riding. It sucks that they're not the size of what you all see up north, like in Pennsylvania. You know, you got 10,000 acre, 20,000 acre parks. You know, our big parks here are like 1,500. You know, it's completely different, but it's still a good time. It's definitely still a good time.
A 1,500 acre park is a big park.
Yeah,
you know, it is. So it kind of actually depends on the terrain.
Yeah, in PA we have like 8,000 or 20,000, or if you do the outlaw route, it's unlimited.
Yeah, well, one of the local parks is the Loop 2 out here, and they've got like 1,800 acres there, and you can ride all day and not see everything, but you have like such a mixture of terrain, it's not even funny. One of the things about it is though, like there's a bottom to everything as far as like the mud or whatever. There's a bottom.
Yeah,
it's rock and it's sharp, but you know, we go a little bit north and it's bottomless, or even south. I have a bunch.
When we were
of
down in Florida, we had the water coming over the hood of an RMAX. You know that's deep.
Yeah. I had my cousin with a giant buggy, and his is set up all souped up, all jacked up on portals and all the stuff. And he would tiptoe around, and we would follow him and figure out where we could go because you can't see bottom anywhere. You know, everything's just covered in water. And if he drops off in something, we're gonna have to find another path.
Yeah, we're going around. I don't think we're going that way. Yeah, that's why I have a ton of friends down in South Texas, and those are all mud buggies down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking big tires too.
Yeah,
like good portion of the cast of Mud Madness, they all live south. And I went down there for an event, and just the dirt was different. I thought it was weird. I don't know. I've never ridden down there, but anyway.
Definitely, we have to get back. I mean, our Arkansas and Georgia and Alabama, there's still a lot more to experience, and Florida as well.
Yeah.
I did want to say before we ran out of time that I did want to really thank Can-Am, not only for the Moab, but they just recently sent me a press unit, and they sent me a 2025 Maverick X3 XDS Turbo RR, which is a two-seater version, 200 horsepower version of what I have as a four-seater, but it's a 64. And in the state of Pennsylvania and some other neighboring areas, that there are limits to state run trails in the form of bollards or boulders or barriers. And so I have that for a few months. It's a factory unit. She's a little bit naked, but I'm really looking forward to being able to tell some good stories about, hey, what do you get when you get a factory unit, or, what kind of essentials should you carry, and the experience. So I'll be doing these experiences, as I mentioned, Pennsylvania and Maine and New York, in this bright, shiny red Can-Am. So if you see me around, I may have a flag on it or not, but always wave and say, hey, have some stickers. And we always, and I always have a bunch of these. We give these out, just the dust masks, the gaiters, which is just has the logo on it, and you just wear it, for dusk and whatnot. And we always have stickers. And so if you see Adrian down in Florida or Rich out in Colorado, we always have these stickers, as well as the rest of the team. Everybody gets them and they hand them out, so they're always free.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't sell merch, Mike?
Well, we do. We have a YouTube. I don't even know what it's stream store, and we have the shirts and the hats, and
we also post that link in the link in the comments. Also,
I'll put that in there as well. I'll put that in there as well. And you can get, shirts and hats and a whole bunch of stuff. And there's a couple different locations where you can buy this kind of stuff via one of our stores. But I just wanted to say that we also have some of the retail locations and sponsors also sell our shirts in the store. So you can go down to Tennessee and find, I just put that in there as well. And you can find our shirts there. And when we go riding, we usually have some kind of secret password giveaway. If you're the first one to come up to us on the trail, you can find us on the trail.
Oh, I love those deals.
Bag. If you can find me with the map or where you're following us live and you're the first one, there's a good chance you can get a hat or a shirt. People who comment on YouTube, we give out random ones. So trying to encourage people to leave comments on our YouTube channel. I know everybody watches it on TV. Pick up the phone, go to the video and say, hey, cool video, or love it.
Yeah,
So
please do that.
we're always giving away stuff. I mean, we sell shirts too, but
Yeah. And everybody watching here, like I said, if you're not live, it'll be seen later. I know like a bunch of my friends and stuff are headed down to another event right now, which is a big part of my following. But share this, please. Go to the Beaten Trail. They probably already follow you.
I'm trying to put the links in the right chat as opposed to the private one. We'll see if that
yeah, I've done that too. If they're not up there right now, guys, they will be right after the show. But everybody, please like, follow, share everything, especially the Beaten Trail on the YouTube. So
yeah,
one of the things
we appreciate it. We appreciate everybody, and like I said, the growth has just been great. I mean, we like doing group rides, and you want to come out and ride with us. We try to answer all our emails, and we get invited all over the country, and we wish we could be everywhere. Even if each one of us went to one of these, we wouldn't be able to do it all. So, we're still a small channel, but we have a great, big, awesome followers, and they're just amazing. We really appreciate it. We just try to make it educational and fun, and try to answer all the questions that they have.
Okay, that's cool. So, Mike, if you don't mind, I want to get into Adrian and Rich here a little bit.
Absolutely.
Okay? Hey, Adrian, can we start with you? AMS Power Sports. Can you tell us a little bit about AMS Power Sports and what you do? I know you all are buddies. You're part of the team, but I want to hear about what you do. And
yeah, so the shop that I help manage, good friend of mine owns it. He's been here almost 20 years, celebrating 20 years this year.
Wow.
It's called AMS Power Sports. It's in Zephyr Hills, Florida. We do a little bit of everything. I have a full off-road side-by-side bay, ATV bay, where we are like a super ATV dealer and do all that stuff. And we jack up buggies, and we do full service on everything. And on the other side of the building, we have like motorcycle bays over there, and we do anything from Jap to Harley. I mean, we actually do a lot of Harley here. A little bit of everything, literally. So we definitely have our plate full at all times, trying to keep up with it all, because it's just me and Mike that run it. We have 4 techs here that we keep really busy, and no, it's going well. If y'all ever want to swing by for some Beaten Trail stuff, or just come by and chat with us sometime, we're in Zephyr Hills, Florida, and yeah, we'd love to have any of the viewers come out and check us out for sure.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, software, AI, and web.
That's
You
right.
are probably a very complicated guy. Probably way
think that is a
smarter than I
compliment.
am. Way smarter than I am.
Smartest guy in the
About
room,
that.
probably.
Yeah. So
Well,
tell us
I mean,
about yourself.
Yeah, well, I guess we should start with, Mike and I go way back, way back to the high school days, and we just kept in touch throughout life. And all of a sudden, Mike's got a channel. He's riding these dune buggies, which I called him forever. I think it probably irritated him, but they're side by sides. They're not dune buggies. Like, okay.
No.
But yeah, just one of those things. And he's been in IT, I've been in IT, so we've shared a lot of interests over time. And then I got to learn more about what the channel was about, and all of what he does, and how he does it. And so I was able to jump in and help out a little bit with some of the website and the web production side of things. And when he needs some extra muscle as far as the recording and some of the on the trails kind of things,
Exactly.
he can call on me. I'm just south of Denver, so I'm in the Rocky Mountains, so conveniently located just a couple hours from Moab, and that worked out pretty well. No accident. But yeah, we got to have a great experience just a few months ago with Canam and BRP, and yeah, so I do a lot with technology and just trying to keep up and stay relevant, and then try to apply those things that lend themselves to Mike's channel, and maybe enhance the rides a little bit and improve the experience as far as wherever I can. Mike still does the heavy lifting with all of the production and the videos and stuff, which is where his success has been. But as time permits and we get more and more opportunity to build out the website and the different applications that augment what Mike's channel does and represents, we're having some good experiences with that too. So looking forward to seeing what the future can bring.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, you guys are not even close together. You're good buddies. You still go on events, rides, whatever. And like I said, I'm totally impressed by the Beaten Trail. I've loved it from the beginning.
And a quick shout out, we also have, there's other people out there, Gary, Miguel, and Paul, and just, like I said, my sponsors as well, Ride World Blue in Tennessee, DTF Power Sports down there. They do all the mechanical work as well. But there's just so many people to mention that this is what we could come up with on short notice. But
exactly,
it's the travel season. People are on vacation, so I wanted to thank everybody
Mike,
else out there.
Please add everybody in comments that you can after this, and that's how we could thank them also. So, but I can't thank you guys enough for being on the show. Like I said, Mike, we've been kind of chatting and talking, and that for some years now. And you're an awesome dude. Anytime you want to come on, if Rich, Adrian, you got something you want to talk about in the off-road industry, let me know. I'm going to kind of a little bit of a different direction here in the next few months. So I'm kind of getting back to my roots for a little bit. Pro stock 4x4 truck pulling, but I will still be involved with it side by side. So yeah, we actually sold our truck, but sold it to a friend of mine that is spending a ton of money on it, getting it updated. So it's a journey and a lot of work, but it's fun. It's where I started. 30.
That's great.
Wait. 30 some years ago. So kind of been out of it for a while, but anyway, Mike, we want to give a special thanks to Canam Offroad also. Yep. So let's be sure and add them in the links. And does anybody have anything they would like to add?
Just real quick, I'm still putting putting comments in here, but Schaefer's Motorsports as well. They're the ones who were able to facilitate the Can-Am for me. I wanted to make sure that thanks to Jeff there, as well as the whole family, they went the extra mile to get this press unit to me, and in a clean, dry place on a pouring rain day. And check out they do Can-Am, Harley Davidson, KTM, a whole bunch of stuff, and they also do motorcycle on the road certification if you're doing PA state certification as well. Great place, and check them out. Merch, sales, service, everything. And so thank you again.
That's awesome. Like I told everybody, everything will be loaded to the comments. You don't want to not watch this 3-part video. It is awesome. It's coming up. So
yeah, we try to make it not too artsy, but informative for each of the vehicles that we do. So give it a little bit. I know it can be a little artsy in the beginning, but we try to make it as special as we felt with all their pro footage. That they had several influencers come out, which we were selected to be one of them, and we're the smallest channel. There were other 200,000 followers, 500,000, 1 million, 3 million followers, and none of them had UTV experience, but we did, and so we were the little guys. So we really,
that is awesome.
We have interviews with all them as well, and listed them as well. But yeah, big thanks, and thank you for watching and leaving a comment on them, because we thought it was very special, and we're very appreciative to Can-Am for that.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm ready to close this out. We're going to do this again, Mike, Adrian, Rich.
Let's do it.
We can make it a regular thing. I don't care. Let's get on here and have some fun. You got something new come up? Say, hey,
Absolutely.
Cody, what's up? Let's jump on. Right?
So thanks for having us, Cody.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep. So I'm going to end this. There's going to be a little bit of an exit video. If you guys want to stay on screen, you can. Once we're not live, I'll bring you back up. Maybe we can chat a little bit. Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Everybody have a good night. Please like, follow, and share.